JJ, great to see you, man. Thanks for giving us a few minutes.
Hey, no problem, guys. How you doing?
Great to see you, man. Congrats, JJ, with all the stuff going on, man.
No, I appreciate it, Harold. Trying to stay busy, do what we can to get a little better.
Well, that is exactly why we got you on, because we want to hear about you getting better. And you've already started laying a pretty good foundation. I want to ask you about, well, your little star, Bobby Witt Jr., man. What a player. What was one of the biggest things that you saw him do this year that kind of shocked you, or does he shock you every day?
Yeah, he really does something special every single day, whether it's offense, defense, base running. But I think the thing that stood out the most was the improvement he made defensively at shortstop. I really think he's on track to become one of the most elite defenders in the game. Offensively, it was special. You know, it's a combination of speed and power, and he's a special player. No matter how you look at it, he's special, and he's just going to keep getting better with the athleticism and the drive and talent that he has.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to mention that, the defense, watching him, you know, grow and work through the fundamentals. Who worked with him the most this year?
Yeah, Jose Aguilar joined us this year. A lot of years with the Giants, the last couple of years with the Nationals. But Jose came highly recommended. Our manager, Matt Quatrero, had a great relationship with him. And, you know, just speaking and interviewing Jose, just the way he communicated, connected with us in an interview, we felt like it would translate onto the field. And it really did. It wasn't just Bobby that got better. Michael Garcia, Michael Massey, they all made great strides defensively, and Jose's a big part of that.
Well, certainly Bobby Witt's tremendous, and so is Sal Perez. He's been a terrific catcher for a long time, JJ. The fact he's a Silver Slugger finalist this long in his career, how impressive is that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, Salvi's incredible. He's a warrior. He's a throwback. He loves playing. The competition never gets old for him. He loves to get that back there behind the plate. The legs, the hips, you know, he's getting to a point where it's not that easy for him every day, but just the desire and want to really impacts our clubhouse. And then offensively, he keeps being a productive hitter for us. So it's great to see. We're just trying to take care of him. We know he's on track to be a Hall of Famer and trying to take care of him best we can so he can keep being a productive offensive player for us.
Hey, one of the things, JJ, I wanted to ask you about, I saw a phenomenal piece on your complex in Arizona. And it was really like almost the dormitory that your players are staying in and being able to develop. Can you give us the thinking behind that and how that's helping your development?
Yeah, it really is. I don't know of many others, but I can tell you that, you know, if I had a son that was 18 to 22 years old that was playing professional baseball, I'd want him in this housing facility. It's that special. But, you know, the thinking behind it was the sport is a year-round sport. The players want to train. Not all players have access to other trainers, so we wanted to be able to provide for them not only in housing but with our coaching staff, whether it be strength coaches, nutritionists, trainers, athletic trainers, hitting coaches, pitching coaches. You know, we have a staff that's out there year-round that can help supply our players with the development they need. But having a nice housing complex for them where they want to be is a big factor in our development, and we're proud of that facility.
Yeah, and it's not just any old housing project. This thing is like the Ritz-Carlton. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
Gosh.
Speaking of pretty nice, I like Vinny Pasquantino a lot, JJ. I think he's got a lot of upside. American League Player of the Week that 1 week and a couple of years ago. Of course, this year, unfortunately, he was hurt and banged up a little bit. But talk to me about Vinny and what makes him a special player.
Well, when you look at how our season took a little bit of a downturn early in the season, between the starting pitchers going down and then losing Vinny, we took a big hit. Vinny's not only talented, but he's a leader on our team. He loves to compete. You know, I used the word already, throwback, but Vinny's got a little throwback in him. You know, he's not afraid to hold himself accountable. He's not afraid to hold his teammates accountable. He wants to win, and we're looking forward to getting him back in the lineup next year. And it was a void for us for sure.
Well, he's definitely the all-name team, too, the name like Vinny Pasquantino. Like, that's just a good handle to have around to him.
Pretty good stuff.
Cole Reagan's another fantastic story. Talk to me about him, JJ. He's awesome.
Yeah. Well, we thought we were acquiring a pretty special talent when we got him from Texas. What we didn't know is his work ethic, his preparation, the ability to make some adjustments on the fly, and what he was able to do through the month of August was absolutely amazing, and then continued into September. But he's another guy that loves to compete. He loves the one-on-one competition. He wants to win. He's been through a lot of adversity in his career with the 2 Tommy Johns, and you can see why he's so focused and has such a great plan to be a great pitcher, and he's not going to settle for what happened this year. He knows that he's got to compete every day to become one of the best pitchers in the American League, which he's perfectly capable of doing.
Hey, JJ, I want to ask you about year one as a GM. As you forge this whole new direction with the Royals and you hire a new manager, how's it going, and how difficult is it to lay out your plans and be able to see them execute?
Yeah, you know what? It is very different. Everybody thinks you're ready for this position, but until you're thrown into it, you're really not ready, and you're going to learn on the fly. And luckily I had a great mentor in Dayton Moore and others who I've spent a lot of time with over the years. But I felt like we were able to handle things, especially given the adversity that we had through the season. Built a great relationship with our owner, John Sherman, and we know the future's bright for us. If there was one thing I would have liked to have done over, would have been to have organizational meetings earlier than we did. We were in the throes of hiring a new manager, pitching coach, and other staff members throughout the fall, and we didn't have our first organizational meeting until this October, and it was very productive. And I can't turn the clock back, but we're going to build forward and set the vision and have everybody understand what it means to be a Royal and communicate the best we can. So it was a great year from a learning perspective, and look forward to things getting better for us.
Hey, when was that? Okay, honey, here we go. That moment for you, like, uh-oh, here we go. We're taking it. We're doing this.
Yeah, that's hard one. I think once we got to the regular season, you kind of put the seatbelt on, and here we go. Spring training's got a great rhythm and flow, but I think the start of the season, like, this thing's for real. Let's get it going.
And what do you look forward to with this year? Now you got a full year. You got a full spring to get things going. You can plan a little bit. What do you look forward to?
Yeah, well, I really look forward. We played pretty well in August and September. We played some really good teams that were in playoff races. We were on the road, which I love that we were on the road simply for the fact we were playing in front of big crowds. So I think we went through a lot of great experiences as a young group this year. So I'm looking forward to those young guys just carrying it forward. Let's start out in April and May with the determination and the competitive spirit that we had in August and September, and let's get off to a good start. But we've talked about Bobby. I've mentioned a few other players, but we've got some players they're going to do some great things in this game, and I'm just looking for them to take the next step. And I'm looking forward to the continued development of our pitching staff and to continue to grow with our coaching staff. So it's a lot going on for us. We've got to have a lot of things that go right for us, but more than anything, it's our young players settling in and understanding that this is about competition. And now that they're over the fact that they're in the major leagues and trying to figure out if they belong, they know they belong, and now we just got to move forward.
You mentioned that pitching staff, JJ. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to mention Zach Greinke, the fact that, he may have finished where he started there with Kansas City. I know the one-loss record didn't go the way he wanted, but it was cool to see him there. He's 21 strikeouts away from 3,000. How cool would that be, JJ, if he can get to that mark with KC?
Trust me, we were counting every one of them this year. We were really hoping that he got to 3,000 with us.
Yeah.
The shame of it is, and it's just for whatever reason, the COVID season, you can look back on, why didn't he get to 3,000? The COVID season, he was pitching well, and he would have had 3,000. Now, obviously, we can't change that, but I really hope Zach continues to pitch and gets to that 3,000 mark. But, Zach's going to continue to pitch because he loves playing. He loves the competition. He loves the everyday life that it is to be a major league player. Regardless, he's a special talent. He's a Hall of Famer, and we're proud that he spent the beginning and the end of his career with the Royals.
Well, he's dialed in when it comes to the draft and knowing your organization, everything else. And I'm sure Zach will know the answer to my next question, because Kansas City's now become the center of the sports world. So is Taylor Swift coming to a Royals game or what?
I wish I knew.
I had to get a good laugh out of you right there, JJ. I love it. I love it. All right, buddy.
If she doesn't come, they'll shake it off. JJ
Yeah.
Picollo.
Right.
Great stuff, man. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, JJ.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank you,
the
guys.
time.